What's going on, guys? Today we continue with my diabolical plan to milk even more content out of Ribbit 1. We're going to be looking at my teammate Maki's tournament run. He finished 9th place, so just barely didn't make it on the bubble there with his Synchro Cat plant build, which there's something kind of unusual about his version of this deck, which we're going to see in many of the matches, which is that Maki plays double Tytannial, which is absolutely wild. I'm not sure I can sign off on that one, but I mean it came up quite a few times throughout this event, as you're gonna see. So he's gonna get torrentialed here on the hamster specialing the Raikou and face down defense. A lot of people don't know you can do that, but actually you can. Torrential on the summon of face down monsters. Fortress going to get bottomless, which is very good for Maki. Raikou gonna take out the Machina Gear Frame, and gonna go in with the Arabellum. Yeah, this is kind of awkward for the opponent because they should have set their cards, honestly, and this maybe wouldn't have sucked so bad for them. But now they're just getting picked apart. They let the Caius get ripped. They don't really have a great option here because their only real back row are Book of Moon and Solemn. And then Maki's going to resolve Avarice, and Storm is going to force the Judgment. It's going to be a charge of the Light Brigade. That's not bad. Should probably have gone for a Raikou here, right? Unless they didn't have any in deck, but I feel like they did. Yeah, I'm not sure why they did that play. Anyway, they're going to find... whoa. The replay glitched out and Dust Shoot was in 2 places. Did we see that shit? The hell was that? It's just not enough, though. They're just down bad. So Maki going second this time goes for Tytannial. I wonder if it's correct to get all the lone fires out. I guess in this situation you have Avarice in your hand, right? The Caius is actually going to get Judgmented there, which is wild. I feel like maybe I ought to just tribute set the Cyber Dragon or something, but it's not going to matter because they just have the Cyber Dragon to special, given that it got Solemn, then they're out the Fortress. And I was a bit confused here as to why he crashed the Fortress. I guess he really wanted to put it back with the Avarice, but it's like you had enough things to Avarice anyway. Caius into the back row is going to allow... I'm not sure I like this play by the opponent because it doesn't even let them go for lethal. They're actually 100 short, and then they just get absolutely screwed over by Gores too. Maki here, though, out of cat targets in his deck, so he's just going to end up getting 2 Raikous. Or, out of Arabellums. They are going to go to the grave and, fuel Avarice a bit, I guess. Speaking of which, the opponent has their own Avarice. The Avarices really do be flying back and forth in this one. So, going to crash with the 25 token. And Maki definitely needs a good draw. He does find one with the Brain Control. Going to Avarice first, see what he draws. I think he gets kind of lucky here and finds the MST. So, that Book of Moon would have completely screwed him over. Yeah. So, here he hits over the Fortress, and then the Fortress has to pop the other Fortress, which is... Wait a moment, shouldn't Maki have gotten to rip a card there? I feel like he should have. It's like a super weird... Did he not? Did I miss it and he actually did? I think his Fortress that he stole with Brain Control should have ripped a card out of the opponent's hand. Maybe it happened. Maybe I didn't see it, but it's not going to matter because the game is just over. All right. Well, swift 2-0 for Maki in round 1. Round 2. Yeah, definitely. I think the Fortress should just let him rip a card. I guess yeah, it could have happened and I didn't see it. I shouldn't go on about it. So here, Maki up against Frogs. He's going to hit into a dupe. Kind of, being risky there with the Dandy. Trying to play for that if it's Raikou. He has the second Tytannial. It's already come up one time. And by which we don't really know if it's come up here, actually, because we don't know if he would have drawn that other Tytannial if he hadn't been playing 2 Tytannial. Anyway, he's going to go for some more plant stuff. Going to tribute summon Cyber Dragon. Going to Fortress off that Catastor. So not a bad out. Opponent's got the Battle Fader into the sub. Sub's going to get Book of Moon. Just going to go for another Swap Frog. Beat over the Lone Fire. Probably just hold on to everything. Maki finds Avarice, which is going to let him summon Tytannial again. He could, summon Tytannial and then tribute summon the other Tytannial. Okay, he's not going to do that. I guess that's fine. Econ gonna be used, but just gonna negate. Mobius just gonna hit over. Monk not a great draw here, but it doesn't matter. Tytannial is so good against the Monarchs. The Frog deck can just have such difficulties dealing with that shit. They need like Junk Synchron and the Catastor, but the Catastor already got outed by the Cyber Dragon. Well, maybe they play 2. I think they generally play 2. It's not going to matter though. We're going to game 2. Opponent opens with Duplock, which is pretty strong. Maki's just going to hope he plays into pulling the rug, which he does. So now you can out one of these. I don't know, I might have just summoned Arabellum and made a Synchro, but I guess he wants to save it for later, see if he can get a hand rip. But it's like, you can get a hand rip here anyway with the Call of the Haunted. It's kind of worked out the same either way. The only thing that's different about this play is you end on Sidra Arabellum instead of Android, which is, I'm not really sure is better. Could have also made like Thought Ruler or Stardust, but I don't know, it's generally not good to make level 8 Synchros versus Frogs. At least not just to like end on, you know? So I'm confused about this Bryonic play. I have no clue why the opponent did it. I also don't know why Maki didn't just mind control it, because I don't think you're getting better value out of mind control. I think the mind control that he does later ends up being a lot worse than if he just outed Bryonic with the mind control. Because all their like threats are level 6. So he goes Ab-Zero. You feel like you kind of have to out this with the Raikou. He gets a lucky Dandy Mill, so not going to take a ton of damage. But now it's like, he ends up using mind control just to like crash with the Caius, which is not great, but the opponent draws dead. You can kind of threaten some damage here. But you are just super screwed if he top decks a Monarch, but he doesn't. He draws the cat and just starts hitting with it. I think because he's out of Arabellums, probably. Yeah. Out of Raikous, too, it looks like. But it's going to work out because the opponent just draws a couple dead cards, which can happen in Frogs in these late game top decking situations if you don't see the power cards like the Monarchs and the Miracle Fusion. So Maki pulls through yet again on to match number 3 up against Rodney Sittington. I think he was playing Diva Frogs, right? Yeah, Moray Salvage, that checks out. So he's going to go pitch, then use the Salvage. Looks good to me. Summons the Uni, pokes, outs the Heavy Storm. Doesn't really matter because Storm just sucks in this matchup. He's going to try and get over the Unifrog, but it's going to be T-Roared. Now Maki has 2 Raikous set. And he's going to go Econ to take the Hamster. This was a weird play to me. Like, Econ to take it, just give it back. I don't know about that one. Because, like, is it any big deal if you just get Raikou'd? Anyway, Maki's just going to summon Tytannial. Maybe you should attribute summon Tytannial, because you can just get that other one next turn. But you might be able to just tribute one next turn, too. Well, actually, you're getting dupe-locked now, so it's a completely different story. You need to out that shit. I think he set the Sangan to, like, try and bait the Caius here, but it's actually just not going to work. So here he tributes... Here he tributes Tytannial just staring at Duplock for some reason. Alright, I'm confused, actually. He wanted to search Cat, but I think this ends up just being a really bad play because he decides to Black Rose the Duplock when he had, like, the Tytannial out and stuff. Man, I feel like he should have either just not committed that much to the board or, like, traded more before you go for that play. Anyway, he's got Sidra Cat, so he can rip a card, but... Definitely going to run right into Gores here. And there's 2 Monarchs, so no matter what you rip, you're kind of screwed. He takes the sub, which isn't great. Now there's 3 Monarchs. This is just super over. Playing around Mirror Force is, like, fine. But, yeah, you're just going to get Monarched again and again and again. And, yeah. So, unfortunately, game number 1, not going to end up going Maki's way. I think he could have maybe played that one thing with the Black Rose a little differently. That period when he was staring down a Duplock, I think, was a little bit odd the way he played it. But what do I know? So the Tytannial is just a monster, of course. I mean, opponent kind of has to go, like, Catastroed out. He's going to try to beat over the Lone Fires with these 2, but it's just going to get Mirror Forced. Going to salvage back both, probably go for a Moray. And then, this is super weird that he just draw phase Wing Blasts here just to get rid of one of the lone fires. I guess maybe you figure you just... I don't know, though. I don't think you're going to, like, one at a time out all these plants. You just need, like, a good out to Tytannial. You just need to, like, hope the Catastor works next turn or something. Anyway, Maki gets Dust Shoot in Game 3, which sucks. But he's also playing weird cards like Kaiku and Thunder King, which just aren't good. I mean, I think these are majorly overrated side deck cards. Thunder King, I could see against, like, zombies, maybe. There are decks where I would bring in Thunder King for sure. But Kaiku, people think this card is good against frogs, but I don't see how you ever land a hit with Kaiku against frogs. I just don't see how it ever happens. They play, like, Faders and T-Roars and, like, Duplock, and all their guys that they stick are 2400. It's like, how do you ever hit direct with Kaiku against frogs? I swear it never happens. It's like impossible if the frog player is even vaguely good. Anyway, I've been ranting about this. Maki tries to blind Mind Crush to stop the Moray of Greed, which would have been really good if it had worked, but it didn't work, and it's lost him the game. So, unfortunately, Maki going to eat an L in game number 3, drops down to loser's bracket. So we're over here. What the hell is this guy playing? I don't remember. We're gonna find out. It's zombies. Okay. Maki opens a pretty good hand here, because you can go monk and cat into, like, say goodbye to your hand. Well, he's going to search one, rip one. There's actually a pretty good chance he just rips something the opponent, like, doesn't care. Should probably trag here. He does trag here. All right, let's see if he rips Mizuki or Plague. That would feel real bad. Oh my god, he's going to rip Mizuki. Oh no, that was the worst thing. Maybe he shouldn't have dropped trag, actually, in hindsight, given that he can just Arcanite out of main too. Didn't think about that. Storm is going to eat a Judgment. Going to go Brionic. Okay, so the plan is to out the back row and just try to wombo off here. Not a bad plan. But you can't out the Ancient Fairy Dragon unless you pitch this Reaper, which you probably should. Okay, he's doing it. You know what? I kind of like the way the zombie player played that turn. Unfortunately, Iron Chain Dragon actually outs your entire board. That's kind of funny. What is this card? Is this... Okay, no, it's just Torrential. So, Book of Life being used, and gonna Torrential on that. That was not a bad Torrential usage. So, gonna go Goblin attacks. Why did he not deprison that? That's so free. I guess saving it for... You want to drop Sidra here and get aggressive and just save it for later. I could see that. Is this Avarice live? No. It's actually not live somehow. Did he already Avarice once or something? Did I miss it? I feel like he did, because there's no cat stuff in the grave. Airbellum gets bottomless, but Mind Control is just lethal there. So Maki going to pull it out in game number 1. Diva into Diva, set 3. So just trying to get that Caius off. Tytannial going to be summoned. Going to eat a Book of Moon. Presumably going to eat a Caius as well. Maki just setting everything with Trag is a little bit strange. I feel like I always want to try to get value out of my Trag. Dust Tornado is being chained to Brain Con so that he can negate it with Stardust to dodge the Brain Con. That's a big IQ play there. I feel like Maki should have, well, I don't know. He just has lethal, actually. Yeah, never mind. Maki should have just killed him because he had lethal. Good job, Maki. All right, match number whatever this is, up against Blackwing. Blackwing gets their guy bottomless, so their turn is just over. And, yeah, Maki has Cat. So, game 1 is going to be, like, very short, I think. Maybe Blizzard can make a play? Gonna get his bottomless taken. Not great. Probably should have set that bottomless. So the Blackwing player is gonna go for like a Desperation Mistworm thing here, but I don't... This isn't gonna do it. There's just too much. He has another Blizzard for next turn now, I guess. You maybe... you man, you should have specialed that Gale. and have the guy at least. Because now you just lose Dimir. I don't know. I feel like there's nothing the blackwing player could actually do there. He was just screwed from turn number 1. Maki rips that heavy storm. And now just using the Raikou. Oh, you can chain book. Oh my god, he's so good. Gonna try to call, gets Dust Tornadoed. Gonna Raikou the last back row. Like, these Raikou decks are so good at playing into back row. Just so insane at playing into back row. It's a big reason why Blackwing is so much worse, I think. Just like all this Raikou hamster stuff, you cannot just like summon a beater in set 4 and start hitting, or you're just gonna like get your entire shit picked off. Now you can win if you have Dad, though. That is the flip side of that equation. You just always win if you have like Dad. So Avarice is not live? What? How is Avarice not live? Okay, there's only 3. So gonna use the Brionic and the Dad, and he hits the D prison, so bit unfortunate there for Maki that he drew a dark and hit the correct target on the 50-50, but what can you do? So gonna go hamster into Raikou here. I mean, this one already looks the hamster Raikou stuff is just such a nightmare for Blackwing to deal with, I think. Torrential here is going to let him get the Lone Fire. He's going to use it right away, get into Tytannial. Tytannial is actually pretty terrible versus Blackwings, though. He's got that Avarice live, too. Draws a Dust Tornado, so looking pretty good here. The Whirlwind's just going to get eaten by the Dust Tornado, and now you just got this stupid Kalut sitting here. Not feeling good for the Blackwing player. That's going to eat a Bottomless, and that's just the end of the game, so kind of a slaughter in game number 3. Game number 2, Blackwing player was able to win because they had Dad. So, I don't know. I feel like the only time Blackwings is scary is when they have Dad. Or maybe just like an insane Whirlwind turn 1 opening. Anyway, we're up against Dimitri here. I wasn't aware that this little team clash occurred. But apparently it did. And Maki has just drawn Cat again. What a gamer. So gonna be ripping a few cards here. Just hitting swap right now. Maybe hits another swap. If he just rips 2 swaps, that's so damn bad. Okay, he gets the MST. That's at least a real card. Gonna go for Goyo and Catastor and set Bottomless. So Dimitri needs to make a play. Okay, he didn't set the Bottomless. Dimitri's just gonna... Okay, goes Junk Warrior. Junk Warrior bounce set D Prison, but I feel like you're just gonna die. Yeah. The D Prison was not good there. If it had been T-Roar, you'd have lived. So just gonna go standard Frog opening. He's sided into Torrential, which I think he sides that Torrential. I think. If he doesn't, it actually kind of makes more sense because I don't understand the logic for like when he's bringing it in and when he's not. In general, I think Torrential is just not good in Frogs. I guess like people won't expect it, but usually these kind of mind game things are like generally just misplays in my opinion. I don't know. I feel like you're better off just playing cards that are good in your deck and having people expect them. So Maki just desperate to stop the Substitoad, but there's just going to be another Substitoad next turn. Man, that's a feels bad. You can still kind of out this, though. You got, like, Mind Control Debris Dragon. It's not the worst. Now you've got, like, Stardust Tytannial, which is just an absolute nightmare to get rid of. So I'm going to hit over that dupe, but it's just getting him another worthless Swap Frog, so who really cares? And now you have the Dust Shoot, and you can see... Oh, man, why didn't he take Junk Synchron? I feel like you take Junk Synchron every time. Yeah, that's a major misplay by Maki, honestly. He couldn't have done anything if you had taken Junk Synchron. He would have had to just, like, trade a Monarch for Tytannial. Okay, that was a really, really big brain torrential hold there. Definitely going to help you out. Okay, I guess he had... Did he have Rhoda in hand? Did he have Rhoda in hand when I said he should have taken the Junk Synchron? Because I suppose that makes sense. Maybe there was just nothing he could do with that dust shoot, actually. It just had like double Monarch, double Junk Synchron, and there was no way you could take any of it. A little bit unfortunate break for Maki. He's going to blind space switch. Actually pretty good against Dimitri's build because he's on all the battle traps. Let's see what you rip with the Airbellum. Do you get the Brain? Do you get the Caius? Okay, he gets the Caius. That's very good. Probably just leave this sitting here so you can like book your Raikou. Gonna book your own Airbellum to stop the Brain. That's not bad because Dimitri doesn't have setup right now. You gotta go for this Junk Synchron play. Gonna get Mirror Forced. Maki just playing really aggressive here, which I definitely agree with. He's gonna search Treeborn. Man, do you even attack here with the Airbellum? Alright, he does it. It's a 2 out of 3. It's a 2 out of 3. Okay, he does not get super unlucky and hit the Treeborn Frog. He's gonna go Android, just way up on life points. Opponent draws a useless Heavy Storm. Playing around Gores is definitely smart. And now, I think Dimitri, rather than Storm, Caius, I mean, that's just going to lose to Tytannial. Yeah, there's just nothing Dimitri could do here. Tytannial's just an absolute house versus the Frog deck, so yeah. All right, on to match number, whichever one this is. I'm losing track. I think this is against Ghost Rider, so probably Dragon Turbo. Ghost Rider had this crazy list. It was on, like, triple Reckless, triple Vortex Trooper or something. It was so based. And Vortex Trooper not being a machine is coming up here in a big way for him. He's actually going to use Reckless as a battle trap, which is very funny. Maybe Maki should have like noticed that he summoned the Trag and attack there and figured that that was what was going on. Because I don't know if Maki's aware that Ghost Riders plays these Recklesses, but I've seen it a lot before, so I don't know. I might have just like brain farted there too, though. So gonna go Sangan, search Monk. You maybe have a play here. Oh, the Storm though. That's so rough. Gonna have to pop the Tragodia just to stay alive. And then Monk Cat is decent here. You can go something to hit over this. Oh, this is where the fact that he's not on Airbellum just really sucks. Airbellum here would have been so good. You get to stack one and then rip one. Man. Yeah. If he had Airbellum here, this play would have been so sick. But instead, it's just kind of eh. Yeah, now he draws the Pot of Avarice. If you had Airbellum here, he probably would have won the game. I'm not gonna lie. Well, I don't actually know what happened in this game yet, so maybe I'm speaking a little too soon here. He's just got like 5 dead dragon things in his hand, and let's see. He has to drop Tragodia here. He has to draw Tragodia off the Morphing Jar. Or he's just gonna die. Or is this a Reckless? No. I think that's a Super Rejuve. Yeah, I can't believe Maki won that one, actually. Wild. Ghost Rider had so many cards, but they were all just worthless. If he had lived that turn, would have been a lot scarier, because if he gotten like a 5-card Super Rejuvenation or something. Speaking of which, he's going to Magical Stone, Super Rejuve, to like cycle a bunch of things, but he doesn't, once again, he doesn't draw anything good. Maki is hard drawn both his Titanials. He pitches one to get the Brianak out of there. But, yeah. Crow is going to be used. I'm not sure how I feel about that Crow usage, because he's still just going to red med the crap out of you here. And, yeah, Maki just concedes, actually. Maybe there's just nothing you could do there. It's conceivable. So set everything. Vortex Trooper summoned. That's fine. And yeah, Ghost Rider's kind of bricked. You can go drop Trag. You can drop Trag here, but then it's just like... Actually, why didn't he drop Trag? He just never dropped Trag. He's just like holding it for next game or something. You could at least use it to like avoid some damage there. Vortex will deal with both the Titanials, which isn't bad. But I feel like you're just going to die. Because Black Rose just hits for Liao. So, Maki going to pick up the W there in one of these later rounds against Ghost Rider. Alright. Match against Ledio. Ledio was playing Diva Hero, I think. I remember spectating him on stream. Ledio's going to go for turn 1... Goes Android. Catastor's like really good versus this deck, but Maki also plays Sidra and opened it, so probably could call to go Android. just doing some hamster shenanigans. Gonna hit into a D prison. So now you start going after this back row. I guess torrential would suck right now, though. Oh my god, it was torrential. That's so rough. So Maki's just gonna go Iron Chain Dragon attack. Mills a Miracle Fusion, which ledio is like actually in need of some decent draws here. So that was a little bit of a rough one. Mills some more decent draws. Okay, ledio finds Wing Blast. That's pretty good. Just gonna use it on the Iron Chain Dragon. Gonna tribute over the. Man, Maki tribute summons Cyber Dragon a lot. Have we noticed this? Anyway, Ledio's gonna go for Thought Ruler, which is definitely a choice here. Gonna put him up on a lot more life. So this Tytannial will presumably get outed by the Phoenix Wing. And yeah, neither D Prison nor Brain does anything to this Thought Ruler, so pretty big Thought Ruler play here, actually. And yeah, just can't do anything. Just can't do anything to this Thought Ruler. He draws the Tytannial. Oh no. Oh no, Maki. Okay. So I'm going to drop game number 1. I think we've seen double Tytannial come up in a negative way a couple times here. And it's in his hand again. It's in his hand again. Oh god. Alright, he can go for the... Hopefully he doesn't draw the second one for turn. Okay. It's all good. It's all good. We go Tytannial here. Hopefully it's not Mirror. It's not Mirror. What is it? Is it Phoenix Wing? No, it's Deck Dev. Oh yeah, ledio was on Deck Dev. Forgot about that. I'm not sure. Deck Dev would not do much here. Not gonna lie. He is gonna get over the Tytannial though. So it can go Dandy, Tribute, Caius. No, wait, just gonna go Brain Caius actually is probably better. Or no, just Brain by itself. How's this? What am I talking about? And set Torrential. Opponent draws a Vanity's Fiend. He's actually just going for this, which is wild. The Deck Dev gets used, but like, there's no Deck Dev targets here. I don't know. I feel like people overside this card. Like, is Deck Dev even good versus Maki's list? People always just like side out a bunch of their Deck Dev targets. Maybe it's because it's against Diva Hero. People figure that like you won't expect it. Once again, I feel like it's better to just play good cards than try to play cards that people won't expect. And I'm not sure how I feel about Deck Dev. I probably won him some games though, so what do I know? So this is a super risky play that like relied on that set monster being Snowman Eater, and it did not work out. You can Arabelle him, hit over. Alright, maybe you're chilling. Opponent goes for Vanity's Fiend attack. You got the D Prison, but you're gonna get Soul Taker. There's 1,000 life points though. Those 1,000 life points are feeling real good right about now. Gonna hit into the Raikou, gonna out the Stratos. Hopefully you get some monsters so you can avarice. He does. Alright, Maki kind of pulling it back here. He's kind of pulling it back here. What's he find? Gonna choose not to set the Raikou there. He's gonna summon the side, bro. Alright, I feel like you're losing to Brain and to Plague. And now you're losing into Evil Guy Armory Arm. Yeah, okay, there's nothing Maki could have done there. Just ledio had a little bit too much gas on that turn and was able to kill him. He just let himself get way too low, way too early. I think the Brain Con play was like very, very crazy. Did not work out. So it's going to be end of Maki's run. He makes it to like tied for 9th at least. I don't remember. There's like 4 9th places for some reason because of the way bracket works out. But unfortunate little bubble for Maki. Still pretty crazy run. Crazy that he did this with 2 copies of Tytannial in his deck. What a madman. Hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, become a member, share the video, all that stuff. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.